Welcome to Kathy's Cute Creations. We are going to work on our Cotton Cut Sparkle and Shine. This is the small one and it's month 9, as you can see in the top here. My color is Topaz. Here's my chart so you can see it. And the October, this is the block of the month. And just like all the other Cotton Cuts, you can submit it for a challenge. And their website is at the bottom down here, in case you want to check it out. I'll have some stuff in the bottom, underneath the writing here. So let's go ahead and get started on assembling this block. So it looks like we have 3 colors this month. We have cream color, which is A, our flowered, which is, in my case, is C, and then fabric, D. All right, so let's start putting it together. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take 4 A's, and I believe there's 8 of them, so we're going to take 4 of them, all of our D's, because there's only 4 of them, and we're going to make 4 blocks, okay? And these are half square triangles. And then we're going to take them, and we're going to put them on our C's. But let's go ahead and chain stitch these first. Now you want to be extra, extra careful, because the side that you're sewing down, which is the bottom of the triangle, okay, that is the bias. And that's the side that stretches real easily, and you don't want to distort your fabric. So just take your time. I'm using a size 12 needle, and my length is 2.5. That's always just my normal length. And if you've been sewing these at a scant 1/4 inch, you want to continue. Whatever your project starts out as, you want to continue doing that exact same size, so that when you get finished, no matter what size it's supposed to be, it will actually go together based on your stitching. This is why it's a challenge when you have a group of people who send in their blocks. Let's say you've got 10 friends and everybody has made 2 blocks, okay? Depending on their stitching, the blocks might not match when you get them together, so you have to kind of fudge a little bit trying to get them to go together, because everybody's stitch is different. As a matter of fact, you know, you would think that a 1/4 inch is just a 1/4 inch, but lots of people's 1/4 inches are different. Okay, so you're going to end up with 4 half square triangle squares. Okay, so step 2 says take C and go point it downwards, and then point these upwards, which are the A's, and we're going to make 2 of these. We're just going to take our time. I might have a little bit of background noise. I got people across the street working. So I think the dog got all the barking out. They've heard it earlier and we're barking, so I think they got that out of their system. Now we don't have to worry about any bias or anything on this. We're just doing straight stitch, because the bottom is a straight and the top is the part that has the bias, but it's not going to change on us. It should be all right. Now we ironed this towards C, which is my color fabric, and I don't remember if I told you the last time we also, when we did the half square triangles, we ironed that towards the color too, just so you know. Alrighty, so when you're done, you're going to have 2 of these. Then it wants us to join a C next to our A, so we're going to do 2 of them. Oops. Some slippery fabric, so if you need to pin it, go ahead and pin it. Now they want you to go ahead and attach your last 2 C's to your strips that you just did, so let's sew that. Has everybody enjoyed making these blocks as well as I have? I really enjoyed this one here. These are always my favorite when the fabric is already pre-cut for you. It's just so simple to put all these together. I mean, even if you make a mistake, it doesn't make any difference. You can take it out. There's no downsized cutting with it or anything. You're just putting it together, like building a puzzle. Alrighty. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to take the last 4 little small triangles, and we're going to add them to each side, the right and the left. So let's do that next. Alrighty, so here's where you're going to be careful, because this is where you're sewing on the bias. So just take your time. If you got to pin it or glue it, go ahead and do that. I talked about glue in my last video. Now you know, and when I talk about glue, I'm talking either something like Annie's, or you can use Elmer's glue if you want. And since this piece was hanging off the table, that's why I have it pinned. It has a tendency to pull. And then I have it hemmed down here at the bottom where the seam is at, because I don't want it to be pulling my seam or flipping it up, since I took the time to iron it towards the colored fabric, which is the C. I don't want it flipping towards the A when I get done, because I don't have to take it out. So that's the reason for this pin right here. And once I'm into that fabric right there, then I just take it out. Okay. And then go ahead and do the other 2 on the other end, and then we'll be back. All right, so you're going to have 2 that look like this. Then you're going to attach on the right-hand side. You're going to make sure that your D is going outward. And then on the left-hand side, you want to make sure your D goes outward. So let's go ahead and sew that. Okay, if it starts dragging on you, keep it up on the table. That'll be easier for you. There's no bias going on here, so you're just slowly sewing it. I'm going to do the next one. And it doesn't make any difference if you go upside down and you want to flip it around, that's fine. When I do it this way, the bottom fabric, the seam is going upward, but that's fine because I'm making sure it's up underneath there before I sew it. I just don't want to have to put a pin in it. And then here at the bottom, it's facing downward, so it's not going to catch and flip over on itself. I'll show you here what I'm talking about. Right here at this seam, it's going downward, so you wouldn't have to put a pin on it. Go ahead and do your other side, and then we'll come back and look at them. Okay, there we have it. Month 9 of the cotton cuts. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Click on the little bell. If you'd like to make a comment, go ahead and do that for me. And I will see you for month 10, which will be our last final month for this. And this is, my colors are Topaz, and this is for Sparkle and Shine. That's what this one's called. See y'all next time. Bye-bye. And welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you for watching, everyone.